Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris and
I'm Christy.
And we want to welcome you today. We're going to be doing a review. This review is going to be about everyday carry knives. Like, what's a good knife to carry every day? Like, for me, there's no set answer to that. I mean, some people might say, well, you know, I have one favorite knife that I carry all the time. And for some people, that might be a good choice. Some people, it may not be a good choice. Well, we're going to look at about 6 different knives here and 6 different ideas of what you may or may not need in a knife that day. It depends on what kind of job you do. I mean, it just depends. Now, let's say you might have a job where you work around wires or stuff like that. So you may want like an old-fashioned knife like this. This is I believe, it's an old-fashioned knife. It's a World War II era knife, actually. And it is a Camillus lineman's knife. New York, Camille's, and it's a basic old-fashioned pocket knife, but it also has some other features as well. It has, I can get it out. Well, we're doing okay if I can get this thing out of here. Figures the day I cut my nails is the day I'm going to need them. Well, anyway, if I can...
I need to show you the entire features.
Actually, I'm going to use it to get it out because it's an older knife, so it may just need a little bit of help.
I'm going to sit back for a little bit. My back hurts.
Okay.
Plus the people like you more.
No. Well, anyway, I'm not going to try to. But it's got a pair of scissors in it as well. It's an old World War II demolition man's knife. So if you're into demolition or whatever, it's like a little ring here for you.
Here, let me look. Yep, this is exactly what it looks like. Each side.
And yeah, it's got a pair. It's also got a straight head screwdriver, and it has a pair of scissors in it. It's a lineman's knife, or you know, they used to use these in demolition outfits. But you might need something like this if you have a job where you know you cut wires, splice wires, and stuff like that. You know, this might be a handy knife for you. Or if you're just old and you know, this is what you carry. Type thing.
And now moving on. This one is more of a hunting knife or something.
Yeah, it's just your basic pocket knife.
It is the brand
Kershaw.
Speed Safe, and you can actually buy these at Walmart.
Yeah, they're about 25 bucks, I think, 30.
And I actually got this for Chris for his birthday, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, it's the Kershaw. And very easy to use. You know, it's got a little thumb release, so you can bend it back. And it's one-handed. It's got a little thing right here, so it's easy to flip open. And one hand to close even, you have to. It's got a little belt thing too, or a pocket clip. You know, this might be useful for you if, you know, you might work around boxes and stuff, you know, and it's easy to flip open. So it'd be easy to cut boxes open or, you know, whatever you might need it for.
Let me see. And it's also easily concealed in your pocket, so you can take it to work with you.
Yeah.
And you can hide it in your pocket. It's very easy concealed. Like, no one can really pickpocket you and steal it, but
Yeah.
Nice knife.
And next on the line here, we have a, I mean, it's an off-brand knife, but it comes in handy for emergency responders because at the tip end here, it has a glass punch. You take this in your hand, knock it against the glass, it's going to crack it and make it easier to knock the glass out. If you work as an emergency responder, this kind of a knife would be invaluable because you can break glass with it. You can also use this little hook thing on it. You can see it. And that's to be used to cut through a seat belt. It's a seat belt cutter. And also it's got the one hand open as well, like most knives do this day and age. It's got a serrated blade. This particular brand, you know, it's just stainless steel. I think it's just a generic knife. You can probably pick these up on eBay, Amazon, or at like flea markets and stuff like that, pretty cheap. Probably about $10, if that. But it's a nice little, you know, knife. It's got functions that you need it for. And also it's got a belt clip on it as well. Next up, this is more for self-defense, I would think. I mean, you could probably use it for other stuff. But
out of the way.
It's a balisong. It's a butterfly knife. I mean, these may not be legal where you live. I think New York, they're illegal. But in most states, these are still legal to own. And you can have them as a pocket knife. But I'm not a lawyer, and, you know, if you need to check your state laws, please do so. Or consult a lawyer to ask and see if they know the answer for your particular state or locality. But it is a very handy knife. I mean, it can still be used to cut open boxes. I've had this thing since I was like 16. So I used to use it when I used to go to work. You know, it was easy to get out, cut boxes open, and then you can close it easy. You know, it's one-handed still. And it's also good for, you know, self-defense, if you ever need it for that. But yeah.
Let's see if I can do it.
Now it takes practice. I cut myself tons of times when I first had this. But yeah, a butterfly knife. You can get these sometimes at your local mall. They may have shops or whatever. You can usually get these for about $20.
I'd probably look at like pawn shops or something. Like a pawn shop would probably be a good place to find something like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're good. I mean, you have to sharpen them from time to time. Like I said, I've had this one since I was like 15. And I'm 36 now.
And I don't think you'd be able to find those like under the knives. I think you'd find them with like nunchucks or something because it looks like something that a karate person would use.
Yeah, I mean, actually these came from the Philippines. These were weapons in the Philippines. So, I mean, that's the original design for the butterfly knife, the balisong. It was a weapon for Filipinos and Malaysians. But it's a handy knife. Like I said, you know, it's all-purpose, more or less, but...
And then the next
you have to forgive this one. I actually broke it at work.
Featuring is a Kershaw Speed Safe, and it is also at Walmart.
Actually, this one is it's the 1670 BLK. I did accidentally chip the blade off using it at work, trying to pry something open when I probably shouldn't have. But this one doesn't have this type of a quick open, but it does have it on your thumb. So you can use your thumb to open it quick.
And guess what it also has?
A belt clip.
No. It has rough grip so you can, in the rain, it won't slip out of your hand.
Yeah.
Like other knives would. You can use it in the rain and in the snow.
Yeah.
And it won't slip out of your hands.
So, I mean, that's another one with the 1670 Kershaw. You know, it's got that, like, a Glock grip on it. It's textured. So, that might be a good knife if you work outside or work out in the elements, or if you want something that could be used as a self-defense type thing. Next, this is more of like for a survivalist, or actually part of it's inside the car, but it's kind of neat with this one. It came from patriotdeal.com. This one's kind of neat. It actually has a little teeny weeny flashlight that goes inside here. So you can take it out, and it's literally about that small. And it's got a little LED light with like little watch batteries in it. And you can turn it on, and, you know, it's like a little map light, or if you need a light. But it's inside my car, inside the dash. So, because I was using it. But yeah, it's got that, and it's got the glass punch, seatbelt cutter, and one more thing that this one has, it's got a bottle opener even on the blade. And one more neat thing about this one is, in the back here, if you pull it out, it has a magnesium fire starter.
I'm getting away from that thing. Oh,
see?
shoot.
It's got magnesium. So if you needed to start a fire or something like that, you know, it's right back there.
And the flame might startle you, but don't worry, it will go out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just magnesium. You'd have to do it on something dry and, you know, to get it started.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty nice little knife. I mean, it's serrated. It's got like a saw back there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an all-purpose knife. It's pretty nice. I actually got this for Christmas. It's, you know, it's a nice little knife. Mm-hmm. Definitely would recommend it. Yeah. It's got a belt or, you know, pocket clip. And it's pretty compact. I mean, this would be more of like your bug out bag, or, you know, outdoors, or if you're going hunting, camping, something like that, where you need an all-purpose knife. This would definitely be a great choice.
Oh yeah, my husband also forgot to mention where to buy this from, but
eBay and Amazon's got those.
And you can also get them from like hardware stores. Like I'd probably go to like
Some of
True
them.
Value, or AKA also Ace Hardware.
Yeah, but you'd have to really, really look for these things. They're hard to find. Like, they might have newer versions of this. This exact version is from World War II.
I don't mean to contradict you, but my mom's seen those at Ace Hardware before.
What, these?
Mm-hmm. Near where I live.
Well, yeah, she used to live out in the middle of nowhere, though. But, I mean, this particular one is from World War II. Because I did some research on it and looked at the numbers, and yeah, it's an old knife, but it's in great condition.
Yeah, we're sorry we forgot to tell you where to get those at.
Yeah, for the most part, something like this you might have to look on eBay, and you may pay about, you know, some of these knives, well, I'll tell you real quick. Let's see real quick here.
See if we forgot any. Oh yeah, here's another one. Is it okay if I feature this one?
Yeah, sure.
Here's a knife right here. It has, let me check to see where it came from first. I don't see a particular brand, but it has an American flag and eagle on it, and it's a very shiny knife. It's a really good utility knife. Honestly, like if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need a survival knife, this would probably be a very good knife. Looks like it's very useful. Yeah, it's a really nice knife. And it's just like the other pocket knives. It goes like, I kind of don't know how to get this one back in its place, but yeah, it's just an ordinary pocket knife, just like the others that I saw and I thought we should feature.
But yeah, it's a electrician's knife. This one is. And these, I'm seeing them on here. They're about 30 to 40 bucks, it looks like. Actually, this exact one is going for $60 on eBay. Yeah, 60 bucks, a World War II version.
Okay.
So yeah, these are a little bit more pricey. You can get the newer ones with the higher numbers, but with the lower number ones, like these are kind of hard to find.
But if you're on a budget and you need a quick knife, I'd get like these two from Walmart. Remember the Kershaws
about 30
we
bucks.
featured?
20, 30.
But yeah, if you want like a quick pocket knife and just something to get very quick, here's something from Walmart. And if you want to explore flea markets or something, or any other knife retailer or pawn shop, this one is a good choice too. If you want something exotic and, you know, cool looking to hang up, this one. And if you want like an all-purpose knife, go for this one.
Yeah, so I mean, there's quite a few to choose from here. Quite a few knives.
Yeah.
You show them this one?
Yeah.
I actually got this for my birthday back when I was like, how old was I? About 15? Yeah, I was about 15 back in 2001. Got it for my birthday. Had it ever since. So I've got, you know, 5, 6, actually if I wanted to, I got 7 knives here. I could literally carry one each day of the week.
Yeah. Well, except for that one, that's kind of for style.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, you know, you can carry whatever knife you feel like carrying. You know, that's the beauty of everyday carry knives. Is you gotta find one that suits you. If you want something lightweight, you want something a little heavier.
I carry this one in particular, right here.
Yeah, that's usually the one I carry. But I mean, a knife is a tool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I've been carrying knives ever since I was about 13, 14. I used to carry them on my belt loop even.
Yep. And it's like one of the main tools for survival. I mean, with that, you can do so much with a knife, and you know, you get very far with the knife. Whether it's like survival, what do you call that? Self-defense, opening up stuff. No, it's just a lot of options with it. No, anything else you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I think we covered mostly, you know, the different types you can pick from, and you know what would come in handy. I know when I was like 13 years old, I think I was 13, yeah, I actually got in trouble by a bunch of security guards at a mall because they thought I was a threat. I was 13 years old and just had a hunting knife on my belt in plain sight. You know, there's no law that says you can't carry a knife on your belt. You know, I wasn't a, you know, a bad kid. You know, I just carried it because It was a knife. I carried it the way you're supposed to carry it. And they seen us a threat, and they, like, found my parents and said, you know, blah, 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 you know, he's not allowed to do this. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, ever since I've been 13 years old, you know, I've been, you know, collecting knives. And, I mean, I always respected them. As long as your kids can respect the knife and take care of it and knows when to have it and when not to have it, you know, I don't see a problem with it.
Honestly, the way we grow up is, like, kind of different, because during my childhood, like, I mostly seen a lot of adults carry knives. I mean, my mom's brother carried knives, my dad carried a knife. I never met my grandparents. Well, I was really young whenever I met them, but I'm sure they carried knives too. And, you know, like, hearing his stories of, like, you know, him getting in trouble with knives and, like...
Yeah, I mean, that's stupid. It's like, I wasn't doing anything, you know. I was just walking along, shopping. I was by myself, shopping around. The rest of my family was in the same mall, shopping. And I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't taking it out. I wasn't brandishing it, you know. But I started having these security guards walking around, following me, like I was doing something wrong.
And where I'm
it was
from,
like, it was literally about, I would say, it was about as big as this, but it wasn't a folding knife. It was just a regular knife, and it was in a scabbard on my belt. It was like a little deer hunting knife. It wasn't like a big buck knife that was like yay big. It was literally like that small. It was like under 5 inches. And they still made a big to-do about it. I mean, knives have been carried by men since, like, caveman days. You know, knives have been carried by men every day. I mean, heck, in the Old West, you know, where the Bowie knife came from, it came from Colonel Bowie in Texas. You know, he carried that big knife with him everywhere he went. You know, that's what he was known for, was the Bowie knife. And...
Can I say something real quick?
But yeah, you know, knives are tools.
Never mind.
You can go on.
Oh. Well, I was trying to say that they don't make... Well, where I'm from, like, they don't make a big deal about, like, 13-year-olds carrying pocket knives or anything. Well, except at school, you can't really take them to school or a library and stuff like that. But you were allowed to carry them in stores. You was allowed to carry them.
Yeah.
Like, 13-year-old, well, not 13-year-old kids, I'd say about 14-year-olds. And they were able to carry knives where I'm from.
I mean, knives and guns are, you know, they're tools. If you're responsible with them, then there's not really a big problem. As long as you teach your kids, you know, to be responsible with a knife or with a gun, you know, then you're not going to hear about all these school shootings and, you know, active shooters and stuff like this. I think if kids are taught guns the way they used to be taught back in the 50s and 60s, you know, that used to be part of going to school, was gun safety and knife safety. That actually used to be part of going to school. In Russia, it still is. In Russia, in high school, you have to know how to disassemble and reassemble an AK-47 in high school. At the class, they teach you how to operate, how to clean, how to take care of it. An AK-47 in high school. Look it up on YouTube. Russians in high school with an AK-47. Those kids, one student would take it apart fully. The next one behind puts it back together again in less than 2 minutes. I mean, why aren't they doing this here in the U.S. with AR-15s? You know, showing kids how to take care of these, how to, you know, respect the gun, and not have kids learn about guns from playing Call of Duty or playing on, you know, PlayStation or Xbox, learning about guns. You know,
Well,
they need to learn from their family.
No offense or anything, but I mean, I kind of disagree. I think kids nowadays are just too immature to have guns or weapons on them.
They need to be taught maturity. They need to be taught, you know, to be more mature, to be more, understanding of it. I remember there was like a police fair back when I was like, I think I was 16. But inside the mall, there was like a police fair where they have all the police, sheriffs. They had the SWAT team in there. They had all their guns on chains and stuff like that. And I came up to the SWAT team, and they had an AR-15. And I'd been taught gun safety and stuff like that, and I used to read books on guns. You know, I was interested. So I said, oh, an AR-15. And he said, oh, you know what that is? I said, yeah. And he said, have you ever handled one? I said, yeah. I said, I can probably take it apart and put it back together again. So this cop, the SWAT team guy, seen I was about, 14, 15, however old I was. He was like, you know what, kid? He said, if you can field strip this, I'll give you $20 right here. He took it out of his pocket, had a $20 bill. He said, if you can field strip this and put it back together, I'll give you $20. So I said, okay. So I took out the push pin out, took the other pin off, took the top receiver off of it, pulled out the bolt carrier group and the charge handle, looked down the barrel, put it back in with the charge handle and the bolt carrier group, put the pins back on it, and functioned it. Needless to say, I was $20 richer. And the other cops laughed at him because he made a deal with a kid like that and lost. But it was kind of fun. They were kind of cool about it. And they were surprised that, me being in high school, I knew how to field strip an AR-15.
I thought you went to JORTC.
Yeah, but they didn't know that. Yeah.
You made a deal with the soldier.
No.
What?
It was a SWAT team member
in
a mall. It was a guy on a SWAT team. And he was like surprised as all get out that I knew how to do that. But needless to say, it was fun. I can't keep
track of your stories.
But yeah, I was also in JROTC too in high school for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And so I knew a little bit about, guns, knives, the military, and I just had an interest in it and stuff, I guess, and it followed me into my adult years.
Yeah, well, this is your channel. I know nothing.
But, we hope you enjoy this. Hope you can, find a good everyday carry knife. It's very important. It's a tool. You gotta have one. Carry a knife every day, because you never know when you're gonna need one for either self-defense, for trying to fix something, trying to cut something. At least have a knife in your car or something. But anything else you want to add, honey?
Oh, no.
But,
yeah.
Well, please like, subscribe, comment. We love your all comments. We try to get back with everybody who writes us. Please share. We're trying to grow our channel. We're over 200 people now, close to 250. Keep sharing. Spreading the word, get us out there. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. We're very pro Second Amendment channel, so we welcome those who's new to the community and those who are already in the community. Our rights are really being tried right now. We have a presidency and a government now that's very anti-gun, and that's, you know, scary to a lot of people. But with information and getting the word out there, you know, we can keep people vigilant and keep Democrat and Republican alike to keep up with our rights and to keep us safe.
Next video we're gonna do Cincinnati versus Indiana.
Like as far as what? Like as far as like, oh yeah, we should look at gun laws. Ohio versus Indiana.
Oh yeah, and another thing that makes me kind of upset about living in Cincinnati is the fact we can't burn our trash or use burn barrels. Literally, I really want to burn our trash, but they won't let us. And that's
She's used to living in a small town where you're allowed to have like bonfires and burn barrels, and you can burn your trash to get rid of it. But if you live in a city, a metropolitan city, you can't. They have fire ordinances. And she's like, that's crazy.
You can't shoot fireworks here. Indiana, you can. Well, kind of.
You can. They don't. On the 4th of July, the police turn a blind eye to it anyway.
You literally have to go to a gun shop and go to a target range. But in Indiana, you can go out to a field and just shoot away.
Yeah, that's true. You can do that down in Kentucky, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some places out east where you can go and shoot if you have the land. If you're out in the middle of nowhere. But we hope you enjoy our videos. Again, if you want to hear about anything or you want us to do a video on something, we're going to start doing some videos too on different types of like vests and carry equipment and load-bearing equipment, stuff like that. Different kinds of Gore-Tex. Different types of ammo to go through and, you know, really talk about and, you know, find what's better for what. But yeah, we're going to be touching base on a lot, you know, we're going to be doing it. So, you guys take care.
Bye.
And see you later. God bless America and God bless you all.